It is Blunderpeck's back. Let's look at some common mistakes that happen under the 1000 elo range. We got Roger here. Let's go ahead and play d4. Now, if you know me, I'm an e4 player, so I'm not too familiar with d4, but I know some people like to play d4, so... okay, but if they're going to let us transpose back into, putting two pawns in the center is probably a good move. They're going to give this check, which just gives me time with c3. And now we just have a huge center. So I'm very happy with this position, actually. And I'm going to push. If they come to the center, it can't be a good move. And so whenever we have pawns like this, it usually means that we want to attack the way the pawn chain is looking. We have more space looking this way. So the plan in this position is probably going to be to move the knight and play f4, f5. So knowing that, first let's get the bishop onto this really nice diagonal. And okay, so they go c5. They're trying to take. That's fine. What we don't want to do is take here because then it damages our pawn structure. So don't do that. We could also even just castle. We could keep it simple. But I could also go for h4. h4 looks very nice. Just hop the knight in. And I actually am going to go h4 because I think it is the best move. Because it supports the knight and the bishop. And if they overtake, we just take back here. It's fine. This check, we can always meet it with this. Okay, they're going there. I don't think that's really that great. I could develop the knight, but I wanted to move the knight so that I can play f4. Let's go ahead and castle. Okay, they're creating a lot of weakness around their king. Let's bring the knight in. Look at this. Potential stuff here. There's a lot of stuff brewing in this position, and if they push, we just take it. Or do we take it, is the question, actually. Maybe we go f4. Going f4 actually seems pretty good. And also noticing these dark squares, we might even have... I was going to say, we might even have knight e4 trying to really take advantage. But now the plan is super simple. We have the dark squares. They just traded off their dark squared bishop, which is not good. That is not what you want to do. We have a check here. So we're going to go ahead and give the check. King moves up, and now I can take. And this is not looking good. They're going to have to take like that. But now we bring the queen in. They have to protect here. Otherwise, we take and we win the queen. And this is why you need to prioritize your castling. Okay, they go there. It's reasonable. It's a good move. Still pinned, though. So let's just bring more pressure. Put pressure on the pinned piece. PP on the PP. If they want to step out, I mean, that's not going to end well. You might have to play like here, but you can't. Okay, they push the pawn. I think they want to go here, but unfortunately, we are in time to just add more pressure. Yeah, my opponent does not resign. My opponent just moves this, but now I can take. And if queen takes, we just take. So let's go ahead and capture the knight. Notice that no matter where the king goes, like if it goes back here, we have discoveries. And my opponent resigns. Yeah, I mean, it's just completely over. There's nothing. He probably has to do this. But that's even mate. If you move the king, we can win the queen if we want. We can literally do anything here. So we try to play d4, and we transpose back into an e4. French defense, and yeah, my opponent played bishop e4 check. Just because you have a check does not mean that it's good. We just develop. We push. 9 times out of 10, if the knight comes out and you can tempo it with a pawn push without drastically weakening your position, it's probably the best move. So e5, knight has to move, and now we just develop. If they castle, we just castle, and there's Greek gift ideas. It doesn't work right now because this square is controlled very well. But for instance, maybe castles and some h4 business, or even here, maybe h4. If they just make a random move, then we have this. Because if they were to take, it's a different idea. We're opening up the rook. But anyways, they strike the center. Now, we should take. Wow. The computer says taking is the best move. To me, this feels like intuition says this is wrong because I'm splitting my pawns. I'm ruining my pawn structure. If they take, we just castle. Apparently, this clamp is just really good. So instead, we have this, and then we castle. And by pushing this pawn, they drastically weakened their king. And yes, they can take this, but nobody really cares. We're just going to keep developing. And yeah. We jump in, they take. Taking is a really bad move. Because now we can come in with check, and then we just keep applying pressure. Put the pressure on the pin piece. I guess we can take here, and it's mate. Yeah, they literally have to sack. Okay, so we miss mate, but okay, whatever. The reason why I took with the knight is just because discovery attacks. That is the only reason. Usually when you capture a piece, if there is a pin, you take it with the piece that's not pinning. So, in this case I took so that I would have a discovered attack. But if we take with the bishop, it's just forcing the queen to take, and then it's mate. So that's a miss by me, but it happens. Let's go ahead and play another one. Estelle. Okay, my opponent's playing d4. Let's go ahead and play d5. We got knight out. So it looks like we're just going to have a London system. No, we got the Colle. Okay. I play against the Colle pretty much the same way that I play against the London system. So the whole idea behind playing c5 here is you're not worried about them taking the pawn because you're going to win it back. You develop the knight, and then you play for the center here. So I'm not really too sure why they did this. I'm assuming it's to stop this move, but the move I want to play is e5. And now we have 2 pawns in the center, and this pawn, we're going to get it back. Yeah, not worried. But what does this move do? Well, it attacks the knight, and, if they take the knight, this loses a defender. So we need to defend it, and we can do that by playing queen c7. Also, they might be trying to do this, but I don't think they're going to be able to hold on to the pawn. Also, I didn't do this because they're going to jump here, and they would be applying pressure twice, so then I would have to play like queen here anyways. So rather than doing that, I just played queen there, and now we're going to take with the pawn, and they're going to go here, and I'm going to play a5. If they don't play here, we're just going to take. Instead, they do that, so they're going to give me the pawn. They just want tempo. Or not. Never mind. Okay. Okay. So we actually do have bishop to a6. Stopping them from castling. Is that a good move, though? I would say it is. Let's stop them from castling, because that's obviously what they want to do next move. Now, we don't have to take this. If we take, they take, and it opens up an attack on our bishop. So let us not do that. Maybe instead we just go back, because we don't want to go this way, because then they're doing what we're doing to them. So let's slide back, and then next move castle, something like that. Although then they can take here though. So maybe we will want to push this, because if I were to castle, okay, never mind. Let's take. What I was saying is if I were to castle, they could sack the knight, and if the bishop took, they would take my rook. So anyways, we got this trade on the board. Now they're playing here. It looks like they want to just expand, but it's fine. I'm not too worried. I want to play this. This pawn feels a little bit weak, and if they ever play e4, it's going to be a little bit unpleasant. So we're going to play e4 myself. The knight's going to go here, and then we'll castle. This pawn is attacked, but we are defending it. And now the bishop can live on d3. Now that they've played c3. This is an outpost. So c3 was actually pretty bad. We can also ask ourselves, where's the knight going? The knight has this square. If we take this square away from it, I guess it can always go here. So never mind. I was going to say maybe we can trap it with c5, but we can't. Yeah, the knight goes there. It's a good move, Is it though? I just go here. Let's go here. They're gonna bring the queen in. Okay, or not. I think they should have. No, they couldn't bring the queen in. There's a knight there. Now I'm gonna slide back. Gonna hold the pawn. Get out of the attack. Double attack on this. I could go here if they take. Then I would take. But I can also go here, here, takes. I don't love that. I could just go in. I could also just go protect, but then they can take. That's actually a nice find by my opponent. The queen is always protected. It's pretty key. Here they take my nice bishop. I take, they take. I guess then maybe my queen becomes pretty active. Let's play this. They take, I'm going to take here. They don't really have any great moves to get the knight out of attack. If they go here, I mean, I can just simply do this. Get my bishop out of the attack. Let's go ahead and take. Now, which way do they want to take? They take that way. Interesting. So let's go here. Let's attack the pawn. This is protected. They push. Let's take the open file. Yep. They go there. Now, if I get a knight to this square, that'd be very, very nice. How do I do that, though? Or even here. I think we should just infiltrate. Let's bring the rook in. If they move this rook, we might have ideas of going queen f5, threatening this pawn. Okay, they push there. That appears to be a free pawn. So I guess if I take, they take here. I guess that's the idea. But then I go here. Let's go ahead and take. They want this pawn. Oh, they just want to trade. Interesting. I have the active rooks, though. Yeah, now we're just going to infiltrate. I don't think they can protect this unless they go here, but that's a little bit sus. They decide to just give me the pawn. Now this is a weakness. This is also weak. Don't forget. Don't forget. Let's attack the knight. They can go here, threaten mate. I'll just simply go here. All right, the opponent goes ahead, moves the knight backwards. Let's go ahead and play g5. I want to play g4. That was the idea, but maybe it's not that great. Let's take more space. Stop the king from having any forward mobility. So if I can give a check, if I can give a knight check here, the rook would have to go back. Okay, but I can take, they take, and then we can take here. And now we're able to pin the knight to the rook, and that could be very strong. There's also checkmating ideas. Yeah, we just go here. And then we'll go here, attack the pawn. Knight here's going to be very strong. And they can't go here or here or here. So now I'm threatening takes. Yeah, takes. They take, I win the rook. And after takes, it's just completely over because I'm threatening to win their piece. Let's go ahead and take. And now capture. And now we're into this endgame. Let's save the pawn. They want to win this and promote, probably. Never mind. This is a pretty easy end game to win. You know, they can't really do much. Now we can just push the pawn and promote. We can sack the knight for this pawn if we want. But yeah, GG. We played that with an 85. We actually gave the advantage back in the middle game. It was... Where was it? Yeah, apparently we should go back here and let them cut me off from castling. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so once they got this, I should go forward then. The queen coming in, yeah, I mean, this was not that great for me, I guess. I thought this was a decent trade, practically, but... And then trading into this endgame, I thought that I was just better because I had rook b2. But apparently a4 is strong. What about this? Oh, they make room for the knight. Ah, and they didn't move the king, so this is not attacked. That makes sense. But I mean, practically speaking, having the active rooks like that is pretty strong. And then this is nice. We found a way to win the piece. Also note, I didn't take with the knight here because, you know, I just didn't want any kind of, you know, situations where the knight and the rook were kind of skewered like this and there was no way to move the knight and protect. So like I could go here and then maybe play this, but it's, yeah, I thought it was better to just go into this endgame. And then we get into it and we win. Let us play another one. Let's go. All right, we got HM. Let's go E4 this time. We got E5. Play a Vienna game. And we have bishop B4. So we're going to go ahead and play knight to D5. An opening principle is don't move a piece too many times, or the same piece too many times in the opening. However, this is an exception because now they have to move their piece or to protect it, and our knight looks very nice here. Yeah, like if they were to commit C5, that creates an outpost on D5. They don't want to do that. And the point is, we're going to go ahead and play B4 here and make them move it again. And then we're going to bring the queen into action, attacking this pawn and this. And we're just going to use all of these tempo moves to hopefully get an initiative. So let's go ahead and play queen H5. We attack the pawn, it has to respond. A good way to lose here would be playing G6, but we just take this. And it actually makes matters worse because now they have to go here. So we'll go ahead and take with check. They have to move the king. This is not your typical like beginner queens coming out. No, no, no. This is a pretty nasty opening. Now, we could take. We've won a pawn. We could damage their pawn structure if we want to. If they take like this, I mean, it's probably pretty good. I could also put 2 pawns in center, but there's a lot of really good moves here. I could take like this. I could take their bishop if I wanted. I could also play like bishop here. It's also a move. Threatening to just go discoveries, but I don't think that does much. They'll take on the next move if I don't. I think we just bring the bishop out. Let's get our pieces active. If they take now, I can take with the bishop. Maybe they kick us away. We'll just go back. As long as we don't let them do this, we should be solid. Knight's coming out. It's attacking me. Interesting. So knight can come here, trying to attack this, potentially. I could go all the way back if I wanted, and then just set this up. Or I could go somewhere like here, but then they're going to come in with tempo. We don't really want that. But if I go here, they can actually just still come in with the bishop, though. Here. What if I just go king to D1? Maybe that's not great for this series. Also, this pawn is under attack, so we got to protect it. Okay, let's go here. If they come in, we might just have to play bishop back to stop the fork. At the end of the day, we have won a pawn, so, you know, we can't complain too much. They decide to come in with the bishop, but I think this is probably one of the worst moves that they could have done because I just have C3. We just kick them back, and yeah, I mean, sure, you can go here. Boo-hoo. Do we have any nice moves? I don't think so. I think we just simply go back. We gotta be careful where we go to, though. If I go here and they play this, I might want to play this. Let's go ahead and do that. Then they never have this move because the pawn just holds it now. So D6, we want to be careful of their threats, which is this. Okay, and now they've left the bishop here. So I actually see a nice tactic here, which is D4. So they're not thinking about what their opponent's going to play. Because D4, where do you go with your bishop? You have to go here, and then we'll have E5. So let's go ahead and play D4. If bishop D6, we have E5. They can pin us. Okay, we just slide back. By counterattacking, they have to see this. What happens after DE? And the answer is they just take back, actually, attacking the queen. If I take, they just take, and then I move the bishop, I lose the queen. So I can't actually do this. I was thinking I could take intermezzo, and after they take, I take their knight. But it doesn't work. I actually just have to slide back. And now they got to do something with their knight. Or their bishop. They have to go here, here, or here. This loses, this loses, this loses. So maybe they plan to sacrifice on d4. It's probably their best try. Instead, they go back. But now we just fork them. Okay, that doesn't really change anything. And actually makes matters worse because I can take here, threatening mate, while you still have this hanging. And then if you go here, I have funny move. Bishop g5. Does it work though? They go here. Maybe not. Maybe we just play knight e2. Yeah, I think we just play knight e2 here. Blocking the pin. If bishop back. I don't know. What can we do here? I'm surprised that they're surviving here. That's crazy. That's crazy, crazy. Props to my opponent for finding those moves, I guess. Let's just castle. Yeah, but this is kind of a concession. I mean, you don't really want to be opening up that in front of your king. You really don't. Let's put the rook on this file. And then we just get the bishop out. Make sure that we don't blunder back rank, but... And it's key that, you know, if they ever move this, they hang the knight. And if the knight moves, we can take the rook. So this knight is kind of tied down. The pawn's kind of tied down. They can go here, but that's using time. And now on the next move, we're threatening to go bishop to g5, sorry. Takes, queen takes, all kinds of moves. Queen comes out. Wow. Okay. So I could win a pawn. Takes here, takes. Don't really think there's a need for it. We do need to get our bishop developed. So I think I'll just play bishop to f4 here. Get our last piece in the game. Of course, knight here is good, but I really want to get the bishop active. Yeah, they go there. I'm going to take this. And my point is I want to go check. And then they're forced here and we'll have discovered check. So if they're not careful here, I am threatening check. They can't go here due to the bishop. And then, yeah, and then it's game over because we're opening up everything. Yeah, rook there, but notice what they did. They took away like their only escape square. We can just go here. Now they have to pin themselves in some manner. They're losing material no matter what. If knight here, we just take the bishop. Yeah, and if... I was going to say, if rook here, maybe we have something like this. I don't know. Probably just take the bishop, though. Take the bishop, we're up material. We can just play knight f4 next. Have a lot of pressure on this. If they step over, we just go check. No worries. Check, knight takes, then queen would take, and they'd have to go here. And we're up so much material. I'm very happy with trades. Okay, the queen comes down to here. Interesting move. I actually don't really understand the point. Maybe it's just that so that this is not a thing. Attacking the queen? I don't know. I mean, I still just move. Like, I just go here. This is pinned, so I'd be threatening to take. Go ahead and do that. They still can't really... Well, they can do that, actually, but we would take here first. Or even sack the rook. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, here we just take. Give a check. They can't take. King would have to come back, and they're just absolutely getting brutalized. They push the pawn. Interesting move. That doesn't really feel right. They're really weakening this square. So if I take, rook takes... Where's the queen go? Like, if I attack the queen and they take... I guess that's fine. I can also go here. I think they thought that I wanted to go here. That wasn't really the plan. Although it would be a good move. But I also have this. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good move. Just threatening to take. Everything is so pinned. If you go here, I can just take this. Because it's actually not protected with this move. They can take, but we just take back. Then this is hit, and there's 2 attackers on this. So if you move, I guess here we just take this with check. They go there. And now I want to checkmate, so I'm gonna take using the knight. If they take back, it's checkmate in 1. If they don't, well then we can probably go here, discover to attack. They go here, check. No, they take. Although it's still probably mate. Let's be simple. Let's just take. No worries. Take the rook. We have so much material. They're maybe calculating this. Trying to, see this. But I always have queen to g3. Not to mention, I could literally just sack the rook, or sack the queen. Like rook here, sack, takes, check. And they have to give the queen back, so... Yeah, the rook here doesn't work at all, because I just take. Also, they're in check, so they can't even move the rook. They just gotta move the king. They have to go here. Check here. I guess we have this check. If they go here... Okay, my opponent just resigns. Played with an 87. Opponent played with a 72. Yeah, I mean, this isn't the best way to play, but I like it. I like to jump the knight in, and then just really use that bishop and tempo them. Okay, apparently we're supposed to go here attacking this instead. I thought the line was queen h5. Maybe I got confused, but they immediately blundered. And then going here is wrong. Apparently they have a sacrifice. Ooh, and if you take, you actually get forked. So that would have been a little bit brutal. So they could have got their pawn back. And then they come in, but that just allowed us a tempo. Slide back, and then they give us the whole center. We just slide back, and then they get forked. And it's pretty brutal. And then we just apply so much pressure to their position. We win a piece. It's just GG. What I was calculating is something like this, and yeah, I mean, knight takes e7. Just take, attack the queen. Let's go ahead and play another one. All right, we got the white pieces. Let's play e4 this game and see what they play. We haven't seen many Caro-Kanns or Sicilians. We got e5. Let's go ahead and play knight f3. And we're just going to try and control the center, develop our pieces, and castle. My opponent plays f6, but I'm pretty sure that we can just take this. And check. If they go here, we win the rook. So let's go ahead and take. Check. And yeah, I mean, it's the king's got to move. They either have to go here. And then we're going to take. Yeah, they go there. We just take that. They can block, but we take the rook. They take the pawn. We'll just go. Maybe not this. Maybe we just move the king. But even if I go here and they take here and I go here, I mean, we're still completely winning. Instead, they develop the knight. Don't think there's a way for them to trap my queen because they can't move this. So first, let's protect our pawn in the center of the board. And then we're going to plan to just play for bishop d5, pinning the knight and attacking the knight. And of course they do this, then we're just happy to trade. They missed my threat, so let's go bishop d5. And it appears like we're just going to win a piece. They do have this. Okay, but they missed that. Let's go ahead and take. I'm taking with the bishop because, I mean, why not? Maybe I should have took with the queen. Maybe we plan to play knight d2, knight f3, and then get this into play. Just trying to take off more pieces. They also don't have this move because I can just take it. Okay. But now we just trade. Happy to trade pieces here. And yeah, now let's just castle. Also, they couldn't castle due to this, but... Okay, now let's take control of the center. No worries. If they ever play that, we're just fine. Let's kick the knight away. Now I'll give a check here. Not really worried about them taking ever. If they push, I just take. go ahead and push. Here we just move, no worries. If they take, we have to take like this. Okay, where can the knight go? If I play this, I do have this move, but then they take here. It's not very nice. I guess let's just slide back with the queen, or with the bishop. And if they let me push through, then we just have a protected pass pawn for the entire game, which we're very happy about. They have to go here. And I'm going to put the bishop in here while I have the chance. We do have to be careful of this, for sure. But now if I just have one check, then it'll be checkmate. Due to this, not anymore. Although I could consider sacrificing the bishop, or for the knight. I'm going to sacrifice the knight here. And my reasoning is the bishops are way too strong, and we're just up material. So now I have ideas of playing, we have ideas of playing h4, rook h3, rook f3 checkmate. Just completely ignoring what they want here because of this. And the king just has 0 legal squares. I'm surprised they never tried to go for this. It'd be kind of annoying to deal with, but we would just move the king or defend using the rook. We also could have pushed and then like them move, but no, I'd rather just do this. Now they have to block and we'll take. They have to go here. Okay, they give that piece up. That's a little bit weird. A little bit weird indeed. I mean, I can just go back. Okay, we'll just step back, no worries. It's a little bit annoying. I can do this though. And we'll just trade. After takes, we can take with the rook, and I mean, it's just completely game over. Let's go ahead and take. They never want to capture here. All right, let us keep going. We have the black pieces against a 1000. We've reached the 1000 opponents. All right, we better pull out our trusty Caro-Kann. Okay, we've got d4. Let's go ahead and take the center. And they push through. Okay, so we're going to go here. We are going to be attacking the center immediately with c5 if they take. Okay, they don't take. If they take, we play e6. And this pawn's like very, very hard to keep on. Instead, they opt to protect. We're going to go ahead, bring out the knight, putting some pressure on the center. And they go for bishop b5. And in this position, the move is queen to a5. But to keep it simple, we're just going to go ahead and develop. The move, the theory move, is queen a5. And the reason for that is that you're forcing the bishop to do something here. And then you're threatening to also take this. Now, what we don't want to do here is take, because then knight takes. And he's got double attack. So we're going to play e6 now that we've got the bishop out. And yeah, now we're seeing kind of the issue with not bringing the queen out and getting rid of this right away. However, I can still just play queen to b6. And the point is, if he takes, I'll just take back. If he takes here, I can take with the bishop. Yeah, we can just take with the bishop, no worries. And now we have a threat here. And then we can just protect. Instead, they decide to take. We'll take with the pawn. And they're attacking me. Okay. This is a one move threat because we have a check to get out of the attack and we win a pawn. And now the king has to move. And even worse, this is checkmate. Oof. Yeah, so in this position here, yeah, as you see by the computer, the move is queen a5. But I kind of wanted to just develop and play it simply. But apparently after this, they have really good play. If this, they have b4, I go back. And, yeah, I mean, then it's fine. But what's the winning continuation here? Oh, knight b4. Sorry. No. b4. Not knight b4. b4. And usually against like b4 stuff, you play a5. but they don't have to take here. And there's your knight can't take back, so you're not threatening to take. They can just develop. Normally, you'd be threatening to just take the pawn, right? But since there's a pin here, yeah. So if you're watching this and you play the Caro-Kann, whenever you see this bishop move, remember queen to a5. It is the way. But I wanted to just play based off of opening principles, you know, develop castle, deal with the threat. And they gave us this, we take, and then, yeah, they just missed that we can take here with check, and then they made it even worse by going here, because we have a checkmate using these bishops. All right, let's play another one. This is our game to hit 1000 elo. And let's see, I am going to play e5. Let's purely base it on opening principles. This game, knights just defend the pawn. They attack it. They attack. This is the Scotch game. I have zero idea how to play against the Scotch, so they're attacking the pawn. We have to respond, so let's go ahead and take. And they take back like this. Now, I could go here, just putting extra pressure. Although there are tactics after bishop to e3 with takes, because they'd be attacking our queen. So I have an idea here. I'm going to develop, because I need to develop. And they just decide to take. So if I take like this, they trade my queen. I don't really want that. I also have this funny move. I don't actually have to damage my pawn structure, do I? Could I go here? I attack this and threaten mate. Yeah, I think I can actually play queen f6. And this way I can capture back with the queen. Oh, or I could take like this and open up the bishop and try to long castle. That is also an idea. Okay, but they go here. So I have to capture the queen then. Or what about this? I have ideas. If I take, they take, I take, they have this. So it doesn't quite work. Let's go ahead and take with the queen. All right, they're just developing. But now I'm noticing that I can take and their pawn structure is going to be very, very ugly. That looks very nice to me. If I go here, they can push. I don't really want that. I could also go here, which is a fork of pawns. I'm moving my queen a lot, though. Like, if I go here, can they jump in, threatening a fork? Yeah, they probably can. Let's just develop. Let's keep it principled. I don't like where my queen is, if I'm being honest. But it is what it is. Okay, it looks like they want to long castle. It's fine. I'll go ahead and castle now. Stay principled. And let's just open up our bishop. They maybe want to push and open up an attack here. I'm not entirely sure, but I like the idea of going knight to g6, trying to control the center, blockade the pawns, because these are double isolated. So if they push, I can just go here, or I can just take. If they attack my queen, I mean, I can just move the queen. Not really too concerned. Just go here. The only defender is this knight, so they can't come in with tempo. And we can always kick them away if we want to with the a pawn. If we go here, it blunders this pawn. Okay, there's no threat of mate. So let's go ahead and attack the queen. I could go here, threaten a fork. I like that. So if I go here, they have to protect it. Or do I just develop? That's the question. I mean, I like threatening stuff, but I don't want them to get too much tempo on this. Let's actually go here. It's a nice attacking move. Comes with a threat. They probably have to move. No. Instead they go here. So they have two attackers. But I can go here and we fork all of their pieces. And if they were to take, I take. This is pinned. Here takes with check, I take. And then they can't really take because I just take back. I take. They take with the rook, I take. They take. But then I can just take the other rook and the pin's not really going to work out in their favor, I don't think. So let's go ahead and take the pawn. Yeah, we just take. And in this variation, we're just up material. We can just step back. Now we're threatening a skewer, so they got to be careful. Instead, they step up. Interesting. I mean, I need to get all my pieces active, so let's go here. They probably should have tempoed the knight, but they didn't, so We use that to our advantage. And now we're going to keep coming in with tempo. And I think this is going to be GG's here soon. Yeah, they're walking their king up. What if I go here? They can go here. I mean, we have a gazillion ways to win this. Check is probably just the simplest. Knight back, we just take. But I think I'm going to first tempo the queen, because I don't want the queen on this diagonal. And my reasoning for that is that I might potentially have a check here with the queen. So I think they have to play here. It's the only move. Or there. I guess that's also a move. And we got to be careful of perpetual, but it doesn't work. So now let's go in for a check. They block like that. And now if I take here, they can take here. But then we have discovered check. And if they take with the rook, we first have check. And this was the key idea of getting the queen off of this diagonal, because now there is a checkmate. GG, and we have crossed 1,000 elo. 1,500 coming up soon. Yeah, it's a pretty nice game. Play with an 83. Yeah, okay, so queen of 3 is queen of 6 is a move. We should take here though. Oh, interesting. I guess we've just kind of transpose. What's the idea? Oh, then we take like this. Okay, I see. There's this check. Get the bishop out. Maybe long castle. Okay, fair enough. So we got this, and then we just develop. Improve all our pieces. Okay, bishop coming in was better, but I thought this was a nice idea. And we should trade the queens here. Oh, because we have a fork at the end of it. Yeah, that makes sense. But, you know, I wanted to keep everything on the board. And then we come in, rook here, and yeah. The computer says you can go for check right away, but I saw this in a little bit of a distance, that the queen potentially could be giving a check. And yeah, after takes, we just have check. Oh, we also just have checkmate. Held by the bishop. Oops. Anyways, either way, it's checkmate. When you see mate in 1, look for mate in 2. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, comment, and subscribe.